Hello again. Today I want to go over a couple other things. I know I said I was going to go over macros, but they're a little more advanced and not as necessary as some of these other things I want to go over. First of all, as you can see, we've got a gill spammer. So we're going to go ahead and blacklist them. So spacebar, delist, add, it's LAILD, VD. There we go. So now they're blacklisted. Also, real quick, I want to give a brief overview of the fatigue system. There's a much better video out there, and I'll link it in the description, but at its most core, for people who like to play and grind, if you play for more than 15 hours straight, basically, you stop gaining experience. But only in the class that you're leveling up. You'll also stop getting experience in your physical level, but this allows you to switch classes and start working on that one. The reason they did this is so that people who can afford to spend 16 plus hours playing the game at a time aren't given a huge advantage over people who only play a couple hours a day, like myself. You still get an advantage, though. You're still leveling up your other classes, and then you can mix and match your skills and make a super class. Whereas people like me, who kind of have to pick and choose the classes we want to level up if we want to keep up. It's a little more to it than that, but that's the basics. So I noticed I hadn't gone over the casters yet, so I figure I'm going to do that first. Oh, I'll do a second. I'm already equipped with my botany gear. I'll go over the botany real quick. It's not too complicated. It's basically the same mini game as the other gathering professions. You get a slider and you get a little random button thing. You get a hatchet and a scythe for a botanist, which kind of makes me feel more lethal than some of the combat classes. I'd already accepted the quests so I could come here. I bought the gear. You buy the gear at the same place I bought the fishing supplies from. And then I also bought the scepter for the caster, which I'll go over next. Wrong one. There we go. We'll go ahead and commence. My Guardian's Favor is refreshed. Didn't play much yesterday. I'll invoke it. And as usual, we get a little glowing spot, arrow if it's farther away. Forgot to put on the trait, but you can see me do that. Botany, Harbor Call. It's kind of like the other ones, it just tells you which direction a class 1 botany harvest is. So you press 2. Oh. I mean, I see it blinking right there, but it's a tree. 36 Yalm, southeast. Right, same as always, contextual interaction, log. And here's that first slider I was telling you about. You kind of pick a place to start. And then we chop. We pick a spot, kind of in the middle of the upper or lower. Alright, so that means it's like kind of all the way at the bottom. Oof, messed that up. Got a honeybee hive. That's what I was after. Alright. I can no longer harvest this tree. Another yellow spot has opened up on the mini-map, so I turn around and head that way. Maybe start a little higher on this one. Chop. I don't like starting dead center, but... yeah, see, now I have to go middle of the top or middle of the bottom. Alright, further down it is. Oh, got another honeybee hive. Oh, ranked up. Level 2 botanist. Alright, once again we can move. I know it says to use the arbor call, but mostly that's for if you're not doing it in a quest and you don't have it pointing out where things are and you want to gather resources so you can craft, you use your little abilities and they'll tell you where to go if there's something within, I think, 400 yalms. I got into level, so I'm going to... oh, wrong one. Attributes. Point alum. Goodness, I am batting 1,000. Point allotment. Didn't gain a physical level. It tricked me. We get to harvest the tree at the camp. Go a little low. Chop. Nothing. We'll try higher. While these mini-games might seem a little redundant, they're there to keep people from making macro bots that just AFK make resources. Right, I finished the quest and gained another botany rank. What's funny is it's going to offer to let me teleport from here to there. But it's not a common thing that the quest ends so close to the camp. I just need to turn it in there regardless. Alright. I'm gonna go and switch to the caster class and we're gonna try one of the war quests. So there are two casters right now. There's a Thaumaturge and a Conjurer. Thaumaturge uses scepters, Conjurer uses staffs. Conjurer is more of an elemental caster. The Thaumaturge is kind of a positive negative energy caster. Pretty not that complicated. Oh, and then I'm gonna put my traits on. So there are two spells. They're both positive and negative damage. They're area effect, and it's kind of neat because they not only damage with that power, but they reduce the target's resistance to that power. So if you stack the spells, you do more damage each time you cast it. Also, if you have any other Thaumaturges in the class with you, in the party with you. That said, different enemies have different natural resistances, so just because you damage them with it or reduce their resistance doesn't mean it'll still hurt them very much. Alright, let's accept a war quest. Ooh, those clouds, I like to stick together. Maybe my area effect will actually come in handy. As you notice, my reward's a little higher than usual for a level 1 quest. As you complete these quests, they're like little physical cards that you're handed. Every time you complete it after the first time, it gets a little star rating next to it when you go and accept it again. You can then, when you accept a new quest, turn in the completed quests towards it and get a multiplier on your reward. It's kind of neat. It's not very complicated. Maybe I'll show that in my next video. But I still have to go over crafting in the next video. Alright. Same old, run to the guy. If you're coming over from 11, one of the things they're giving you are these shoes, which I guess make you move a lot faster. So, look forward to that. Alright, here's a chest over here. I tried to open one in the video last time and I didn't really spend any time on it. As you get close to it, you get one of these. You click on examine, and if there's stuff in it, there we go, I got stuff. 55 gil. There's a little counterintuitive if you're used to clicking on the item to open it, but it's still not difficult. Little botany spot for people who want to grind that. Go in active mode. First of all, you get a basic attack with your scepter, which is a ranged attack called Phantom Dart. It's inexhaustible, so you keep shooting and shooting and shooting. But we get spells, and that's what I'm going to look at first. I'm looking for guys that are kind of close together. Here we go. So we're going to try Scourge. You have to actually click on what you want to cast on. That was fairly unimpressive. Let's try it again. There we go. So I'm going to sit back for a bit and let my health regenerate. Mana does not regenerate in this way. Mainly, if you finish the lead quest, the crystal will automatically top off your magic points, but Otherwise, you need items to refill mana. I don't need technical points. Well, I can put physical abilities in, but at these low levels, your TP points or skill points are kind of low, so you want to stick to your class abilities at first. Alright. Let's kill the rest of these guys. Ah, it's too far away. That's what happened. I don't know what the range is, so we're learning that. Apparently it's right in front of your face. One-shotted. That did nothing. Alright, I got a new spell. Got a level. There it is. So the area of effect part, I believe, is the part that removes their resists, not the actual damage. The Thaumaturge spells aren't as impressive looking as the Conjurer spells, but they're just as effective in most cases. And by impressive, I mean it's hard to beat a fireball. Alright, I'm gonna equip the skill. I probably don't have enough battle action points, so we'll have to choose. I don't know yet. I just clicked on Axe. So I don't. Okay, so let's see what it does. So you can enhance your magical power by hurting yourself, which is kind of cool, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. I know this one's kind of short, but I'm going to cut it there. Next time we're going to go over the crafting and maybe a little macroing. I'll go over this real quick while you're here. You see how this one's highlighted? That means it'll say thank you in any language that you have your computer set to. So if you want to start talking, you say whatever and hit tab. It will give you a list of words that it can translate for you. So run away, no money, no thanks, no momo. And then you also get names of items and stuff in case you want to sell them. So remember November, why not? And you can kind of chain together words that might not normally go together like that. No guarantee they'll make sense in the language that you're trying to translate it to, though. But that way, if you see somebody that's speaking Japanese or another European language, you can talk to them with very basic syntax. Alright, I'm going to call it there. Next time will be a little longer. I have actually not tried any of the crafting. I know how the basics of it works, but I haven't put it together. So, alright, take care.